Okay, so hello everyone. I am Katie Sanford, and I am here with the incredible Elizabeth de Moraes, and she is founder of several things. I'm going to let her tell us a little bit about that. Now, I do have one of her video glam cam kits that I'm actually using, and I will post some pictures of, and I have a link for you if you're interested in one of those.
And a
She's
discount code.
absolutely awesome. Yes, she is wonderful. So I'm so glad that she has taken some time out of her day to join us, just to kind of touch base on things that we've all been facing during this last year, and just kind of shed some of her positivity and glow and awesomeness on us. So, Elizabeth, can you tell us just a little bit about you and who you are?
Sure, thank you, and thank you so much for having me on this today. It's such a pleasure to be able to speak with you, but also to see you. It feels like
No,
forever.
next time
So
we'll be hugging.
exactly, like a really long bear hug. I love that.
Yes,
Cannot wait. Cannot
yes.
wait. But again, my name is Elizabeth Moraes. I am in a sense a confidence speaker into
Mhm.
you. What I love doing is really helping you develop your magnetic personal presence, specifically in the media, and not just on TV, but in your social media, on stage, in person, when you're networking and the like. And because when you really develop that confidence and that personal presence, you can magnetize so much to yourself
Yes.
in terms of opportunities and abundance and relationships. There's just so much. And so I that's what I do as a coach. And then I also, as you mentioned, am the creator of the Video Glam Cam Kit line of products. And so we've got different size ring lights and different types of kits that it just really takes the guesswork out of what you need for your videos in terms of lighting and sound and all of that. So
Very
that's what I
cool.
do. And the reason why I do what I do is, one, I'm a former professional dancer. So I draw all that knowledge and expertise from performing
Mhm.
effectively and in a magnetic way, with that, developing that it factor and the charisma. I now pull that into the business world so that I help business people and professionals draw on that type of knowledge, that body knowledge and the mind knowledge, to really pull that out of yourself. And I was deathly shy when I was a kid, and I've been able to do a
No.
one oh my gosh, yes. Yes, and so I've been able to do a 180 in terms of really feeling more comfortable in my own skin,
Mhm.
not feeling invisible anymore, feeling muted. I've always felt muted, but it was of my own doing. I would mute myself. And so what I do is really pull that out of you so that you can shine in the way you know you're meant to shine.
And I think that's amazing. And I've watched you, I think I've known you for several years now. And I've
At
just,
least 3. I think I had just come out with a new
yeah,
kit.
I
Yeah,
think
at
so.
least. Mhm.
I think so. And I just seen you just, just blossom and grow and just in everything you're doing. And it's been incredible to watch.
Thank you.
And you're all right. I think as women especially, I do think we mute and downplay ourselves and focus so much on everything else and everybody else, rather than like, no, what about my shine, and what gifts am I bringing, that we forget to spend time on.
Or we're fearful of bringing out because it might
Mhm.
make someone uncomfortable, or someone might gossip about us. Or what if we're not good enough? What if what
Right.
we say is looks stupid or isn't as perfect as we want it to be? So we
Right.
focus on our negatives, and then we try to cover up those negatives. So then in doing so, we dim our shine. And
Right.
that's not why we were here, why we were placed here.
No, no, it's not. So let me ask you this. During this time, this last year, with this pandemic and all of that, I have heard from women that, they've been going through all the emotions and all the, the ups and the downs, and feeling paused and feeling like, hurry up and waiting. And,
Mhm.
have you had some of those feelings, and what are some of the things you've been doing to, like, just get past them, to keep your shine, to grow? Like, what have
Mhm.
you done or has worked for you during this time?
Definitely. Oh, I mean, I'm right there with you. I have felt all the emotions, the depression, the anger, the frustration, the excitement, that, well, we could do this and then it
Mhm.
can go, but then this side it doesn't go. And the mom guilt and everything. I think
Yeah.
I've felt, the everything.
Yeah.
And especially with everything that's happened in the political scene and in our
Oh,
country, it's just been devastating.
yeah.
And there have been days where I literally will just say, you know what, I'm just going to stay in bed. I'll pull my computer in, and day after day after day. And
Mhm.
I'll bring my computer in and work here because I just want to stay in the dark, kind of, dim, cozy, comfy, kind of cocoon like. And
Mhm.
so what I would recommend people to do is feel the feels. Don't try to push them down. Don't think that don't make them wrong. Don't make yourself wrong, and say, okay, I'm feeling this right now. Is this my truth? Am I really, like, if you start thinking negative thoughts about yourself, as an
Right.
example, because we start going down that rabbit hole, say, is this my truth? Say, I know that right now it's the environment that we're having to live in is not ideal to what I'd like to really be doing out in the world. I'm missing those connections and all. But what I'm
Mhm.
telling myself, first and foremost, is it my truth? And then you can just kind of try to step back and say, nope, it's not. I am good at what I do. And let me find some proof in that. Like, like I had mentioned, I can feel guilty with mom guilt. Well,
Yes.
am I really, because I'm not fully present during this time, or because, I mean, it's almost the opposite right now. I feel like we're spending so much time that it's hard to find quality time because we're
Right.
like, well, what else are we going to talk about? Because
Yeah.
it's like we're experiencing life
Yeah.
constantly together. And so
Mhm.
it's to say, no, wait, let me find some proof. I am a good mom because of X, Y, and Z. And take it one day at a time, maybe even 1 hour at a time. So that was one
Mhm.
thing in terms of mindset. Say, what is this my truth?
Mhm.
And then on the other hand, and not, with us not being able to do as much as we would like to do out in the world, to network and to interact with other human beings that really lights us up, what I have found, it's really caused, and this might sound strange to say, but it's caused a lot of death in my life in terms of what I thought was important, what I
Mhm.
thought I should be doing, what
Yes.
all the shoulding. It's
Mhm.
now that, and like, what is, and how does that all relate to my identity?
Mhm.
I've had to let that die away to
Mhm.
really then find those true priorities, those true values that I want to live by, and then
Mhm.
be able to say, okay, this is all I need to do. I don't have to be constantly busy. It's okay to
Right.
chill. And so, one, look at your self beliefs. What are you telling yourself? Is it true or not? And then the other thing would be, let things go. Let things
Mhm.
go, that so that you then can really hone in on what's most important. The thing is, though, in that time frame, or in that place, you then might also find that there's some healing that needs to happen
I
for
think you're
yourself.
right.
You
Yes.
have to you have to see the darkness in yourself and what needs to be healed in yourself and maybe in your relationships, and allow that to be, like, like I mentioned, wanting to be in that cocoon. Allow yourself to be in that cocoon. Use this time to say, okay, I'm going to let go of some things. I'm going to
Mhm.
really confront some things as well, heal them. And then now I'm going to start dreaming. I'm going to start dreaming about what I really desire in my life. Who am I? What do
Mhm.
I want to create in this world? And know that you're going to have those ups and downs. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
even just a few days ago, I was having those moments of, oh my gosh, I can't, like, who am I? What am I doing? And
Yes.
I can't believe that, I'm so sick and tired of being at home all the time.
Yeah.
So it comes and goes, but it's those
Yeah.
things to say, okay, let me heal, let me let go, and then really start dreaming again and allow
Mhm.
yourself to go there. And it's going to take some steps to get yourself there, because I know I felt numb so much during this time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what I don't. I watch movies that normally would make
Yeah.
me cry, and I'm just like, okay. Or the dreaming, I felt like I've kind of forgotten how to dream,
Yeah.
and now that I've worked through some of that, say, okay, let me see what really lights me up, and then start journaling and start feeling into that, and then, because we're going to come out of this, we're all
Yeah.
going to come out of this,
We are.
and the economy is going to thrive again. People want to get out, so the moment we can,
I
and
know.
so it's just going to go
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So this is actually an amazing time. It's being forced on us, but it's an amazing time to really look at and sit with, who are you? What do you need to
Mhm.
heal? And what do you want to become? What do you want to create in the world?
Hmm.
and then make a plan for that so that when it's time, in God's time, in the divine timing, it will happen. You just get to step into that.
No, you're absolutely right. And I like what you mentioned about the shoulding. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm should be, you know, and
Yeah,
what
you're shitting all over yourself. Mhm.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Um, and you know, that's something that I think, you know, people need to hear because like who said that you should be whatever you're shoulding, you know?
Exactly.
And is it going to make you better? Is it going to make your life better? Is it going to make you more you? And if it's not, you probably shouldn't, you
There
know?
you go. Exactly. And the thing is that when we start saying I should, or you're feeling the guilt or whatever it might be, but especially the shoulding part is that that's
Mhm.
all from you.
Right.
So it's usually, well, I should be going to do that. Like you
Right.
said, well, who said that? Who?
Right.
And it's not, well, let me listen to my intuition and
Hmm.
go from that place, because that then comes out of love and out of desire rather
Right.
than lack and, oh, I should be doing that.
Hmm. Absolutely. No, I
Mhm.
love that. I love that. Is there anything that you, other than these mindsets, is there anything that you've done like daily that's helping you, um, you know, kind of go that direction in a more positive, where you feel more uplifted and purposeful, like things that you're doing or strictly focusing on to just keep that momentum?
Definitely. There's some things that are some easy things that you can do each day that I've been doing that keep you present, because that's
Mhm.
what can happen is that we're sitting here and we're so like, okay, it's Groundhog Day and it's just the same thing over and over again, that we kind of can lose track of being right here and being alive. And so, a couple things that help is being in gratitude.
Mhm.
So there are two things that you can do with this. One is you can decide for one of them you're going to do it in the morning, the other you're going to do in the evening, or vice versa. And so one is you just list out, and like last night my husband and I spoke it, but you can write it as well,
Right.
is what you're grateful for right now in here.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm grateful for our health, I'm grateful for our home that protects us, all of that. And then the other one you can do then is what you're grateful for, but it's something that you are desiring in the future, but
Mhm.
you are saying it in the present.
Yes.
Like,
Speak it into
for example,
existence.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful that my business is now a multi-million dollar company, and you
Mhm.
feel into that. And then I'm so excited that we were able to successfully and beautifully launch our daughter into college, things like
Yay.
that.
Yeah.
And so those are some things that you can do in terms of being, in gratitude and present as well.
Right.
Um,
I
so
love
those
that.
are that's something. And was that?
I love that. I think that's great. Just keeping your mind and your thoughts. And I think when you write it too, it does something different than even just thinking about it.
Definitely. And then another thing that you can do that I just recently learned and I love is that, you can even put it on your mirror, on your phone, and it's just help one person every day. And
Love that.
isn't that
Yes.
great?
Yes.
And so if you just think, okay, I'm going to help at least one person every day, and you're intentional with it, then you start really developing that you're outside of yourself,
Mhm.
one, and that you are doing something that's bigger than yourself.
I love
And
that.
you've made a positive impact, and started
Mhm.
developing more trust in yourself, that you're actually making a difference. And also, especially now, I mean, it's just help other people.
I love that. And I think you're so right. And I think anytime like we've done, you know, any charity type of events or anything, I always feel like I get more out of it than even the people you're probably helping. You know, it's
Mhm.
almost like,
Mhm.
is like, should I even feel this good about that? You know?
Right.
So I think that's something very positive right now that the world could probably even use a lot more of. I know this has been hard for a lot of people and then even harder for some others. So even
Mhm.
those little things where you're blessing someone else, you know, and it just gives you that, you know, the uplift that you probably need too.
Oh yes, definitely, because you can get excited about what you're going to help them with, and it could be as simple as going on somebody's page and sending, telling them how amazing they are. Or it could be
Yeah.
that, hey,
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to connect you with someone. What type of person are you wanting, are you looking for?
Mhm.
Whatever it might be. Or reaching out to somebody, say, I want to, I know that you've been sick. I'd like to bring you some food. Just so that
Yeah.
you're thinking outside of yourself and doing good in the world right now when we need that, like you said.
We
So,
do. Absolutely.
and
So
then
I love that.
one other thing that I would say too is when we are lacking in confidence in ourselves, it's it's rooted in self-trust
Hmm.
and or lack of self-trust. And I know that for when we're spending so much alone time, or so much time with ourselves and with our little pods,
Hmm.
we can start. It just can go. It can spiral down in terms of how we think about ourselves and how we feel about ourselves, which then leads to depression and all different types of things.
Yes.
And so what I would say on a daily basis is to look at, where are you self-sabotaging yourself, or where
Hmm.
are you um, going back on even the simplest promises that you're making to yourself. Where are you breaking those?
Oh,
So,
yes.
okay, so it's
Hmm.
as simple as, I'm going to be on time today,
Right.
and for everything, and then you're 5 minutes late. That wears down on your confidence. I'm going to start working out tomorrow, and then say tomorrow's Wednesday. By Friday, you still haven't worked out, or you say, I'm going to go on this big diet, or whatever it might be, and you decide, "Oh, I'll just have this cake." Well, you've just betrayed yourself.
Mm.
And you're going against what you say. So if you go against what you say to yourself, how can you then trust that you're going to be able to follow through on what you say to others, which then makes you just want to retreat? And so what
Yeah.
I say during this time, especially, look at where you might be doing that and just witness it. Don't judge yourself for it, but say, you know what? I said that every night I'm going to make sure that the kitchen is clean, so that in the morning when we wake up, it just feels amazing. But you
Right.
still catch yourself at night going, oh, I'm just so tired. I will just do it tomorrow.
Right.
It's that, those little types of things.
Hmm.
So catch yourself and go, okay, well, I just did that. I'm not going to berate myself and make myself feel worse, than I already do. We'll just say, okay, I'm going to do better, because I
Right.
want to develop that self-trust, because that is the core of what will then help me become more confident in myself, so that I can continue blossoming, so that when we get out of this, I can really emerge as this, excuse my language, badass person, or whatever, whatever it
Right.
is that you want to be. Because
Yes.
it's in your, if you feel an urge in your heart, or this, I know I'm supposed to go do this, but you stop yourself.
Hmm.
Use this time to develop yourself to become that person, so that on the other side, you can then go and kick some butt.
That's right. That's what
Yeah,
we're
whatever.
here for.
Yeah, and skyrocket. I mean, if you have
Yeah.
dreams, you are meant to skyrocket with them.
Hmm.
If you have a dream, God's placed it there for a reason. So there are three things why He's placed that in your heart. One is that you're meant to put it out into the world. It's who you are supposed to become in the process, and what you get to experience along the way. And
Absolutely.
go have fun with that.
Yes. Yeah, we
Yeah.
should never limit ourselves.
No,
And I think
it's
we
so
will.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Help one person every day. I love that. Focus on gratitude. What are you grateful for? And then
Mm-hmm.
stop breaking promises to yourself. Because the
Exactly.
promises you make to yourself are like so important. It's you, and you
Exactly.
can't keep them to yourself. What about everybody else? And everybody needs you to keep those
Mm-hmm.
promises so you can be the better you, be the badass.
Exactly,
I love
exactly.
it.
Because if you don't, then you're going to just keep reminding yourself and creating more and more proof of how much you suck, or how much you're not worthy, or how much you're not enough, or how much you always look stupid. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself, if you're not following through on the promises on yourself, you're creating more proof for it, and you're living in the past, not in the present and the future.
That's right.
I
Sure.
just recently heard from one of my coaches that if we want to create a different, it's all about law of attraction attraction and manifestation, but it was a different
Right.
twist on it. I was like, oh, this is interesting, is that we can be making decisions that's from our past proof. So
Absolutely.
we're going from past to present
Mhm.
rather than present or future to present.
Right.
And so if we keep going back to the betraying ourselves, if we keep betraying ourselves, we just keep reemphasizing what the past is, because we're like, well, that's just what we are. And then we just
Right.
keep operating in that and then attracting more of the same. Or if you say, no, I'm going to stop that, I'm going to start following through on those promises, because I may not fully believe that I'm a badass or that I'm really
Mhm.
good at what I do, but let me see if I can create more proof that I am.
Yeah.
And you start believing more about yourself, and then it
Yeah.
just is a snowball and it keeps moving.
I love it. I love it. I love all of those, everything that you just said. That I think it's a great way to focus. And, because whatever you feed will grow. So if you
Definitely.
feed the negativity, that's what's going to grow. So I
Mhm.
love those tips on focusing on feeding the positive, because there's so much in all of us, and it's not fair if we don't share it. Uh,
Exactly.
so I love
Mhm.
that. I love all of that. Well, this is awesome. So how can, I know you mentioned you coach and, help these women bring their inner awesomeness out. So how can they reach you for
Mhm.
more info and all that stuff?
Well, thank you for asking. I have my website. It's called lightscameraconfidence.com. And there you can see I have my new dream program called Magnetic. And it's a year-long program to help, I would say, mostly women. I mean, men, I work with men as well, but it's really focused in on women because just I resonate with women in terms of
Yes.
really, I understand what we go through.
Yes.
And then on there too, you'll see our Video Glam Cam Kit boutique, where you can see all of the different products. And if you use the discount code Diamond, you then will be able to have a 15% off discount on the whole store.
Very
So
cool.
you have that, and then on Instagram, let me say it. I am on Instagram. I am Elizabeth de Moraes. Hard to say
Perfect.
both of those together. I am Elizabeth. And so you can find me there. And then on Facebook, I have a group called Magnetic. So just search for Magnetic, and in the title, there's presence, and it's longer than that, but just search up Magnetic, and it's about developing your personal presence. And so I'd love to have you in our group there as well, because I drop tips on how to really own the room, or to change the energy of the room, and be more confident, and really allow people to, or allow yourself to be able to attract more of that attention that you deserve, and for you to be even to be undeniably that undeniable choice, and to be unforgettable, and really to be that iconic person that you are meant to be.
I love it. I love it. And thank you so much for offering a special discount for anybody watching this. And I will include all of Elizabeth's pages and contact info in all of the text with this video and on our website. So just thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing with us and those tips, and just bringing your joy and radiance and passion out for us to witness. I'm honored, and thank you so much for your time. And I cannot wait to just see where else you go and how many more women that you just shed your light with, and help them grow as well. I think it's amazing, your mission and what you're doing. And thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Katie. And it's been an honor to be here with you and to speak with your audience. It's what lights me up, is this type of interaction, and to being able to share, and and for me to learn as well from your perspectives, and also I appreciate that. So you have a wonderful day. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks.